Well, meantime, asylum seekers caught in the political battle down at our southern border. Texas Governor Greg Abbott sending buses full of migrants to the East Coast. We've told you about that. Well, 5 charter buses arriving in New York City yesterday. It's the largest group so far. And NewsNation correspondent Allie Bradley is live. So, Allie, how much is this costing American taxpayers?
Well, it's costing quite a bit here, Nichole, considering the state of Texas has already sent 8,900 migrants to the East Coast under the governor's Operation Lone Star. Now, that is specifically impacting Texas and Texans alike. But today I did talk with the Texas Division of Emergency Management, and they told me that more than $12 million from the state's funding is actually going towards this busing project, if you will, because right now they've already sent 180 buses to Washington, D.C., more than 30 buses to New York City. That breaks down to $1,300 per bus ticket, roughly. So now these buses have this private security system that is part of the cost that is involved here for these Texas taxpayers.
All right, so Allie, what are you hearing about how Texans feel about the governor's move here? Because it is costing money.
It is costing money. There's a lot of people that do agree with this move. There's a lot of lawmakers that agree with this move. But I did talk with one Texas county attorney in the busiest sector, in the Del Rio sector, who says that he doesn't necessarily agree with it. And there's a lot of Texans that are on board in the same space as him that don't necessarily agree. And they believe that the money could be spent better elsewhere. Take a listen.
It makes not just me, but most Texans, infuriated that we're spending that much money doing that, sending them into the interior United States. I get what Governor Abbott's trying to do, but at the end of the day, it's not actually securing the border. That money would be, how much could that $12 million help if it was given to law enforcement or building the wall more or something that actually secures the border? It's having an impact, I believe, on the mayors of New York and D.C., but at the end of the day, what I look at is Mayorkas, Secretary of DHS, and Biden. Making 2 mayors unhappy, you think that's going to change the course of action when the death and destruction that's currently going on the border today hasn't changed DHS's mind? I don't see 2 disgruntled mayors all of a sudden changing their mind.
Yeah, so Brent Smith did acknowledge that it is making an impact in the media. Obviously, we're talking about it right now, but the mayors in both D.C. and New York City pushing back. The mayor of New York City saying that the governor is using these individuals here as a political pawn and says that the city's shelters have been overloaded with this surge in asylum seekers.
All right, so talking, referencing specifically their Democratic lawmakers, but there are also GOP lawmakers that say that these migrants get off of the buses in their states before they even reach the East Coast. What have you heard about that?
Yeah, so I did reach out to Governor Greg Abbott's office directly asking them about that, and I did not get a response to that direct question, but I just heard from the NGO here in Del Rio. I'm going to read you what she said. The director there saying that DC and New York City buses out of Del Rio stopped 6 times, 3 for fuel and 3 for driver changes, and migrants are free to disembark at any of those 6 stops. The routes change daily, so there's no way to really tell where they're going to be going, but migrants use the Wi-Fi to connect with their families and to connect with their sponsors and determine if it does make sense to get off those buses before DC or New York. Now, I did talk with the governor of Arizona's office today, also sending buses to Washington, D.C. They said out of the more than 1,500 migrants, Nichole, that have been bused over to Washington, D.C., only 8 of them have gotten off of the bus, and all 8 of them got off the bus in Tennessee. And now these are at-will buses. They do sign documents getting on these buses. It is a free ride for them, and it is a volunteer situation here. They're not forced to be on these buses.
All right. Allie Bradley, live for us. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.